Your move, Brad Holmes.
We talked about that on Friday when I was in with the afternoon guys, and that's, I think Mike said it. He's kind of, the rumor was probably give up a 3 for him, expiring contract. But then my argument was like, okay, if a player like that goes, and the formula is different now when it comes to compensatory picks, but normally if you lose a guy like Jalen Phillips is probably, assuming he stays healthy, probably going to sign a big contract somewhere this offseason. So, do you possibly get a third back? That happened with, I think, exact same situation with Chase Young a couple years ago when he got traded to San Fran. They gave up a third. He leaves in free agency, signs a contract, they get a third back. So it's like, how much risk is in that move if that's what is going to happen, where if you're expecting to pick at the bottom of every round anyways, like, do you possibly move back 6 or 7 spots in the third round?
And then it's totally worth it. And then the other context of, would you rather have Jalen Phillips or...
Here we go, John.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm going to say.
Just say it.
Would you rather have Jalen Phillips or Giovanni Manu? Would you rather have Phillips or would you rather have Hendon Hooker? Would you rather have that pass rusher at the deadline or would you rather have Broderick Martin? Would you rather have Isaac Tesla or would you rather have the pass rusher? My point is not to relitigate Brad Holmes. He's a very good drafter.
Sounds like it.
It's to point out that you don't need to be obsessed with these picks at the deadline because they're not guarantees.
Well,
and you can get proven performers to help you, and if you don't do it, someone else will, and it becomes your problem when you face them late in the season.
Well, the difference, I think, is he has shown willingness to move around and give up draft picks, but if he's going to do that, it's been through the draft. So at least we're going to get a guy that we're going to have control of for 4 years. Now, if they don't pan out, okay, we knew we were taking a shot on a developmental guy. Broderick Martin didn't work out. Manu, he's only in year 2. Played the one game, not great, got hurt. Jury's still out, I would say.
On Broderick Martin?
No, he said on
Manu.
Oh, yeah.
Hendon Hooker obviously didn't work out, but he's shown the willingness to move some draft picks, I think, as long as you have some team control. My argument was just, if it's going to be a guy that's probably going to sign a contract and you're going to get a pick back anyways, plus you have an extra pick, I think, this year from Aaron Glenn. You still have a third round, I think, from him leaving.
I also don't even...
I'm with you, man.
I don't even know that Phillips was the number one target. I really feel like at this point it's offensive line.
Hold on.
Well, maybe he could have been before
Mahogany goes down, then all of a sudden, hey, you got to change some things up. But what happened last year? He did go out and get the number one target. Now, it didn't happen until, 3:30 of the trade deadline day. So all I'm saying is let's hold on, because he hasn't made a trade doesn't mean he won't. He has shown that he's willing to give up some draft picks for something on the trade deadline.
I can already feel the room shifting towards me as the bad guy because I questioned Brad Holmes.
Oh, no. That's not it.
Look, John,
I'm just saying, it sounds like
you listed his 4 bad draft picks he's had out of 30.
The reason they were brought up is they were thirds, and you should be more than willing to trade a third today. I also don't even know that they need to trade a third to get the guy I want. There's a couple veteran guards out there, TJ, that I think would make a lot of sense for this football team. The first one Twitter has brought up a lot. Social media is all about Zeitler, a reunion. They're 1-8. He wanted to be home, but guess what? Season's not going well. You can come back here and chase a championship. Some drawback there is he's obviously a right guard. You'd be moving Ratledge.
Did he sign a 1-year deal down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you'd move Ratledge in his rookie season. Maybe you're moving Graham, too. You'd have to reshuffle. Maybe that's the right move. The other name would be just going out and getting a proven left guard in Joel Bitonio from Cleveland, who is near the end of his career, chase a Super Bowl. You want to help out Decker, who's been dealing with an injury? Upgrade with a veteran left guard next to him. You want to help Graham, who's been having to kind of traffic cop for a couple young guys? Put a proven veteran next to him. But Bitonio's not going to cost a 1, a 2, or a 3. He's probably a day 3 pick to get that done. Like TJ, they made a move with Cleveland last year for Za'Darius. Isn't Bitonio the guy to go get?
If that was a possibility, then yeah, I think he would be. Let's just say you're giving me 2 names, Zeitler and Bitonio, and if those were possibilities and something that they were thinking about doing, Bitonio would just make more sense because he's a natural left guard. So, like you said with Zeitler, when they brought him in, Graham was playing pretty good at right guard a couple years ago. They bring in Zeitler, and he's not moving to left guard, right? He's a 12, 13-year vet. It's a proven right guard. So you'd have to do some shuffling with that. What does that look like? Now, hey, Tate Ratledge, we know you're getting comfortable here at right guard, but middle of the season, go play left.
So
like that's a hard switch, or Tate sliding into center, which I don't know. I don't know how many reps he's taken there, right?
Like since the season started, have they worked him? Have they continued to work that process, or have they said, focus on right guard?
I don't know. I mean, that would be a good question. Obviously, you guys talk to Dan tomorrow, I'm assuming. I don't know. I mean, but now you're playing the shuffle game, right? When you're bringing somebody else in and possibly weakening two positions instead of, just trying to fill in one. I'm just kind of looking through the list here a little bit on free agent guards. And, the Jets, John Simpson's a guard. He's in a contract year. They're obviously kind of looking to sell off. He's a guy that, he's not an all-pro guy. I'm not saying that, but he's got some stuff to him in the run game. He's physical.
Got some experience.
He can pass block a little bit. So there's certainly some names out there. And like I said, again, like maybe going into yesterday, you kind of felt complete hypothetical, but maybe it was like, okay, like biggest need, let's go get some depth guys on the defensive line. Let's get some help.
In the secondary.
Right, maybe in the secondary. But maybe that you have to pivot, obviously, when you have injuries. And look, a bunch of guys got banged up, man. Panay came out of the game for a little bit. Decker got banged up again, got rolled into the back of the leg, came back in the game, which is a good sign. But, sometimes things pop up on Mondays, and it's like, man, I know you finished the game, but you're probably looking at a couple guys that are going to be banged up again for a little while.
Going into the weekend, when we talked about the trade deadline from a Thursday or Friday perspective, I thought the biggest need was somebody that could platoon or would possibly need to platoon with Taylor Decker because he's got the shoulder, right? And with 10 games left, now 9 games left, how many of those games can you really count on him to be healthy? The shoulder issue is not going away. And Dan said on Tuesday, the big issue was the strength. He's got some strength back, so now it's a matter of managing the pain. Now he's got something he's working through on the lower body, and we don't know what that is. We won't know until maybe Dan will have something to say today when he meets with the media.
Yeah. Tackles are so damn hard to find, man.
They are.
Especially even if you're a swing guy.
No one wants to.
I'm with you that they could use somebody that if you're missing extended time with either Panay or Decker, that you go in there and look. Skipper's certainly done some really good things,
right? But if he's got to play for 3 or 4 games, no, thank you.
And we saw it. We saw it when Decker was out, for the Cincinnati game, and then
and that was Manu.
It was Kansas City, as well. And the offense, you could tell they had to really kind of change what they were doing to get some attention over there. So. I'm with you. It's just so damn hard to find, man. And you mostly see those tackle trades like off-season, training camp when guys are making cuts. Maybe there's some guys on practice squads out there, that you want to take a look at, some young guys that you think can come in and, help out a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. But, I think that I'd still kind of lean on, trying to add another rotational piece of that defensive line.
Dealer's choice, John. Who do you want to start with on the phones here?
I don't know. Anthony's been holding on for a while.
Anthony, Sterling Heights. Good morning.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
TJ, man, good breakdown of the game for sure.
Thanks,
so, let me know if you heard this before. If you guys just on a different show, maybe in the past couple weeks. But why does it seem like it's so easy? Well, first, let me say this: if I had to pick a time to have a loss, it's like before this trade deadline, because light a little bit of fire. But why is it so easy for Holmes and the guys to throw around so many draft picks left and right, 3rd pick here, 3rd pick there, you know what I mean, 4th and a 2nd, all this stuff around that time, but we can't do it at the trade deadline when it comes to getting to something of need and want that we need to have to move forward instead of an unproven guy.
Well, in Brad Holmes' defense, he did trade a draft pick last year for the number 1 need, which was an edge defender, and Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, and he may do it this year as well because the trade deadline is not 10 a.m. this morning.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, it's just that I feel like it's just we always talk about this on the deadline, and I get it in the city. It's good to have that problem. I like that because improve the team, and I love it. But I just feel like it's always just like pulling teeth. I mean, maybe we talk about it a lot too, but I don't know.
Well, there's that too.
Well,
and we mentioned this late last week. Some of it is the way the city feels about trade deadlines. the Tigers trade deadline, which is apples to oranges, certainly makes people feel a certain way about adding at a trade deadline.
And I don't remember what the exact details were for trading for Zadarius Smith. Was a 6th, I believe, is what I remember, right? And we kind of all looked at it like, oh, that, they waited and they got the deal that they wanted. So just because it's not happened to this point this year, whatever trade he may have in the works, and we've heard that he's been calling teams for a couple of weeks now about edge defenders. That has been widely reported. It doesn't mean that it's not going to. It also doesn't mean it's going to happen.
But does it irk you then if you know he's in the market for an edge guy and Philly's the one to go out and at least land him?
Okay, but was that the number one guy that we were after?
Not necessarily. You and I have talked about Granderson from the Saints.
Yeah, so there are other guys out there that he may value higher than Jalen Phillips.
Absolutely. 248-539-9797. We are going to get some of these phone calls in coming up next. It's 97.1.